All right, welcome back to Double Sleeved MTG. I'm Seth.
I'm Guy.
And I'm Ryder.
Oh
He's not
God,
Guy.
That's
he's
Guy.
not Guy. We
We are
Guy.
two different people, I promise.
I'm sure you want to talk about our new shirts from the Bonfire store
Yeah,
and the
so
fact that maybe we should make a shirt that says "I'm not Guy." Um,
that's Ryder's new uniform.
yeah, that's what he has to wear at the cons. Is "I'm not Guy" shirt.
Yeah, so
Yes.
we finally have our second face reveal for Ryder on the channel, so people can stop getting us confused because it's still happening. But yes, as Seth mentioned, we do have our bonfire store up and running now. I just went and bought 4 shirts for myself. I got this purple like high tie or something like that. It kind of looks like a pool bottom, but there is also regular tie dye, and then there's some normal colors in there as well. We priced them all pretty low. Like we're not trying to make a dime off of them, pretty much. But we finally got merch out for y'all. We'll be getting hats and some more stuff in soon. We've had people ask about those. But that's not why we're here today. We're here to talk about what an incredible weekend CEDH had.
Before we get into the weekend, dude, we also got new playmats.
But yeah, so we do have our new mats in that we were able to pick up down at the LanGo event in Tennessee that were made by Snowball, and a good friend of ours. He's in our Discord. Go hit him up if you're ever looking for anything. Might be taking commissions. I don't want to be so certain on that. But we did want to pay homage in reference to one of our favorite shows, minus Ryder, and the decks that Seth and I kind of built our reputations on, me on Sese and him on Blue Farm. And so if you get the reference, leave it down in the comments below because we absolutely love how the mats came out. And Ryder does too, even though he doesn't watch One Piece, but he's starting it. We're gonna
I
get
have
him.
not I have not started it yet. I'm going to
We'll see
soon-ish.
you. We'll see you in 2,000 episodes.
Yeah, apparently I was told to skip some stuff, but I
Yes,
think I'm just gonna walk through. I
skip
don't know.
all of the filler. Like, who cares? There's a filler list on the internet. Use it. Skip most of the side character fights. You don't need to know that Zoro chops up side character 42B for the 17th time.
I'm gonna record my reaction to this. I'm gonna put it on the channel too.
Yep.
Ryder watches anime.
New
Uh,
I'm not an anime. I'm not an
new
anime fan. I can't do it.
new
while we're
series. Riders ride through One Piece.
while we're still on our play mats, I do want to make a shout out to Jank Mats, who's the actual ones that printed and made our mats. They did an excellent job. They have a nice premium stitched edge, and the colors are nice, vibrant, great mat. I recommend if you are going to buy yourself a mat or have a mat designed, Jank Mats is the way to go.
We're not
We're
sponsored
gonna
Not
by them.
definitely.
advertised.
We're not sponsored by them. We just absolutely love their quality and their customer service they've given us.
We're not even sponsored. We just love their stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very good.
So
Very good.
without holding you up any further, this is what you came here for. We'll get into the tea later on in the episode, but we do want to start off by thanking Wayne and the people from LanGo as well as all the judge staff for such
Yep.
an incredible event that they put on this weekend out in Tennessee. It was one of the smoothest ran events I've ever attended.
It was a little hot
Even
though.
given that they were running 2 tournaments side by side in separate rooms, kind of given the hotel space and venue. I'll say that's my only complaint is the hotel venue itself, but other than that, it is
Yeah.
one of the best ran tournaments I've ever been to.
Yep.
I
Uh,
agree.
I will say something, and maybe there's somebody in the comments who's gonna say, "Well, this happens at every tournament." The bounty event was one of my personal favorite little mini side events. Uh, it
I didn't
was
play
just
that.
a
How'd that go?
I played it the first night. The only con I had about it, it started about an hour and a half too late, which it's getting out the bugs. So what? The bounty event was it was $35 entry. You get 3 envelopes. A win equals three, or excuse me, it's you get 3 envelopes of $35 entry. There's 3 rounds. So each round, if you win, you get 3 envelopes, and then if you lose, you
One
give
from each player.
yeah, you get uh if you win, you get an envelope from each of the players. If you lose, you give one of your envelopes to the winner. And if you draw, you get nothing. Nobody trades or anything. So and you don't know what's in the envelopes. So when you do go to win, when you finish all 3 rounds, you go to the desk and they open the envelopes and they have like unknown dollar amounts in each of the envelopes. So it's completely random. So if theoretically, if you only have your 3 envelopes at the end of the night, you could theoretically have more money than the person that went first place because they would have all $5 in their 9 uh, uh, uh,
Envelopes.
envelopes where you
Yeah, I
have
think the quantity
350.
was something along the lines of like, what was it? One had five, one had 10, and one had $15 in it.
I
Yeah,
think
that was
so.
pretty
Yeah.
much how it. That's pretty much how it went. It hammered out was there was only three different dollar amounts, and what it added up was what your payout was at the end of the tournament.
How much
Yay,
did you win?
gambling.
What
How much did you win?
I my entry was 35, and I came out with 55. So
Score. So you got
Yay,
to play three
gambling.
rounds of Magic and make $20.
hey, um, it was a
Unfortunately, those are the only wins we got this weekend.
hey I went into the event and won one game.
Proud of you.
So, as we
Um,
just alluded to, our win streaks during the tournaments did not go well, but our experience at them and in Nashville in general was great.
It
yeah,
was top tier. It was such a fun event.
by the way, did y'all hear the big announcement that they announced at the beginning of the 10K of what LanGo is going to be doing from moving forward?
Tell us, Seth.
They have now, or they will be taking over the running of the Boyle, the Cowtown, and a few other of the major CEDH tournaments that are coming up. So, to say everybody in that room was not excited would be a lie, because that place went crazy when Wayne made that announcement. It was, I think a lot of people were scared, were kind of upset that Top Deck was no longer going to be doing the Boil and those types of events. And it's good that they're sticking around. I know I'm very happy that, and I hope, and if those tournaments are any kind of indication of how LanGo and Wayne are going to be running these future events, I think we're going to be in a very good place, and I'm glad that they're being taken over by somebody that cares so much.
I
So,
agree. I really enjoyed my experience this past weekend with the LanGo. Wayne was really cool. I enjoyed talking to everybody. All the judges were very knowledgeable. I so many vendors, and on top of that, they got the artist for Timna out there, which is absolutely insane. No one got that, and that was really cool to have. The whole experience was just so much fun.
well,
Ryder, this was your
well,
first larger event, wasn't it?
I went to the Boil, but the Boil 2,
Oh,
it
yeah.
only had
he
like
went to the
three
Boil too.
I
vendors.
know I keep
Yeah,
forgetting you were there with us.
He was
that's
guy
the
that
event that everyone
weekend.
got us.
Oh, yeah, you were guy that weekend. Good. That
Yeah,
means your record was also shit.
it was. We played each other one round.
Oh, yeah, you fucking turned to Blood Moon me, you asshole.
Not that tournament. That's when we got turned to
Oh, that
Decomp
was, no,
Acid.
yep. I get them all mixed up. I forgot you were
Yep.
on TNT that weekend.
No,
Well,
I was on Magda.
Oh, you were still?
Yeah, that's the last event I played Magda.
Was that the game where were you in my, was that where we got turned to by Italian?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if it was Italian, but I know it was a blue black deck because they thought it was oracled. And
Yeah, we
then
got
me and
turned
you
to by
went,
Italian.
and we just looked at each other like food. That's how that went. That's how
all
that
my
went.
games that weekend were a draw. I had 5 points and no wins.
Yeah, anyways, back to this weekend.
Yes.
But anyway, I think the event was absolutely run. I mean, it was run as smooth as I think it could have gone.
Yeah.
I don't, I don't think I had any gripes other than the venue. I know Wayne brought up to me is like, yeah, we burn out the AC unit in the place. So,
Oh yeah,
um,
and let's be clear, it's not like the hotel was terrible. It's just that there were some discrepancies with what was booked and what the hotel provided. So the tournaments ended up having to be split across a total of four rooms. We had, sorry, five rooms. We had two rooms for streaming, two rooms
Mhm.
for the Black Lotus Invitational, and one room for all the vendors and the 10K Open, which was honestly another upside. We didn't have all those people. We didn't have 500 people in one room, which was great.
I
The
agree.
20 something people we did have after the AC went out in one room did kind of suck, but they then spread us across tables, which gave us a little more breathing room. On that
Right.
topic,
So
go watch our what to bring to a tournament video. Please bring deodorant.
please,
oh, some people were ripe in there. There
Yes.
was some.
I
There was
was
Can
some
we get a
good
gagging.
ripe.
sponsorship from Dr. Squatch?
God,
Please.
we need to work on that email. We need to get a double sleeved deodorant right.
No
That's
joke. I was thinking about it earlier today. It just kind of a dragon shield and katana, like kind of homage to Dr. Squatch. We're gonna have sword and shield. As long as the winner will get sued by Pokemon.
Love it.
No, you could put no, what was it good? You could put
The dragon shields are gonna smell like maple
Ooh, I love maple.
because that's what their sleeves smell like when you take them out of the box.
no, I am not putting on any damn. You could put like damn redwood forest or some shit. Don't put no damn maple. I don't want I don't want somebody walking by me. It's like, hey, I have your deodorant and I have the maple smell. Oh
What,
God.
you don't
You
want
know
them to
what?
you don't want them to smell like a Waffle House. That's the perfect tournament
No.
breakfast.
I love Waffle House.
I would like to enjoy my waffles and not think, oh, this guy's walking by me smelling like a damn Waffle House. And he didn't go.
Ain't no
What?
nothing wrong with a Waffle House. I love that place.
Waffle House
Hey,
is our go-to tournament breakfast.
Exactly. We
hey,
go there all the
there,
time.
there was a playmat I was this close to buying that had the full menu of Waffle House
I
on it.
saw a guy with that. It was no shit. The Waffle House menu on a playmat.
Oh my
I
It
was
god.
wasn't
like,
the cookout
oh,
mat. It wasn't the cookout mat that people got from a tournament a while back. It was legit the Waffle House menu.
it was verbatim. It was the all-star breakfast, lunch, everything. And it was like, oh, that's cool. I should not buy that.
So,
So off topic, we let's go back to the venue.
Well,
The
it
event
was something I
itself.
saw at the venue. It was actually from Jank Mats. They were selling that mat.
Oh,
So
they were. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. So
yeah,
the event themselves, though, they actually had like 15 vendors there, which was absolutely
they
crazy.
had a lot of good vendors. I mean, it was about as close to like a Star City event without being a Star City event.
Yep. They had a
Kind
couple
of.
altars.
I mean, the. I mean, I got my Timna signed. I got a Bruce signed. So I mean, I thought it was a great and well put together event. Um, so I look forward to them in the future. I mean, that's pretty
Right.
much all I have.
going into the tournaments now, the probably the greatest thing about the entire weekend was that no mid-range deck won the 10K Open. It was, I believe his name's Kellen. On Timna Dargo won the
Yep.
Open.
Yep.
Turbo is back, baby. I
Let's
played
go.
against this guy in round two, I believe, and we had a really good game. Um, it ended up stomping us out after they answered me, and the Kennen player kind of fizzled out. But he ended up snagging from there. I think he went like 6-0-2 or something like that
Something
at the
like
Yeah,
end
that.
he
of the
went.
game.
He went. Had a pretty insane
Some
record. I did see
incredible
that.
Sweet.
record on Timna Dargo. So shout out to him, man.
I'm actually excited about
Um.
looking at his deck list.
Yeah.
So I did watch it today. He did a video with Max Pepperman, and
Uh-huh.
they talked about his tournament experience. So go check that out.
I'm
I'll
gonna
go
check it
check
out.
him out. Um. Well, anyway, do we want to talk about the elephants in the room? There's a bit of drama that I think we can learn from as a community and try to improve ourselves. And I know a lot of people, based on these two things that happened this weekend, uh, a lot of the non CEDH crowd is taking a lot of digs at the format, and they're saying well, I'm vindicated now because of X, Y, and Z. Um, so
That Bill guy specifically. Um,
Guy, do you want to kind of touch on our first bit of drama from the Invitational?
yeah, and so I don't know if I would necessarily label it as drama. These are things that are happening and are a problem. It's not, some high school, lunchroom drama, popularity club kind of stuff.
Yep.
The main concern that I'm having right now is the cheater problem. Um, for it's out by now, and especially by the time this video comes out, that Temujin Horsey won the Black Lotus Invitational.
Yep.
Temujin is a known cheater. He got caught, I want to say, 6 to 8 months ago at a Denver tournament using what has been deemed the ancestral Remora incident. He was caught on stream when going to draw cards off of Mr. Remora, but drawing 2 to 3 cards at a time.
Yep.
There's a whole Google Doc out there about it, a whole Reddit thread. People found it, and then after people found it, he then came clean and essentially sent out what equated to an apology letter to every Discord that I'm aware of that he is in. He sent one to ours, and then immediately got banned and kicked. We do not
Mhm.
tolerate that in our Discord.
Nope.
I do
Yep.
respect the fact that he did at least attempt to send out that,
Mhm.
acknowledging that what he did was wrong. I want to be clear that I don't think the guy's a bad guy. We have Taylor, one of our channel members, was a teammate of Temujin until that incident happened, and he speaks well of the person outside the game.
Mhm.
Um,
Yep.
However, we don't condone cheating here, or at least I specifically have a zero tolerance for it,
We all
for a
do.
few reasons.
100%.
Um, so my opinion on the matter is, I kind of look at it. Sorry, let me back up a second. Wayne, the TO, he posted out a tweet stating his opinion on the matter, and it equated down to, hold on, let me pull this up and read it so I'm not misquoting him. So, Wayne posted on the 26th. This game's these events are my blood. I believe that with blood as, sorry, I believe that with blood, as others do, that if we were to judge an individual on a single or few instances of their total of the total of their life, I'd be greatly undervaluing a person. LanGo cannot and will not tolerate cheating of any form or fashion. A known cheater who was cognizant of their label and owns it can play in our events. That kind of contradicts itself to me. Uh, that's simply because that they haven't cheated in our events. Myself and our judge staff, who are some of the most seasoned and skilled in CEDH specifically, will take every measure to ensure the integrity of those events. So I have spoken with Wayne about this since the event and since he's made this tweet, and we have differing opinions, which is perfectly fine. We're still good friends, still respect the guy a ton, but we just have differing opinions, which is okay. You can have a different opinion than someone else, and it's okay.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people don't
Agreed.
understand that, but you can. So I explained to him that my opinion on the situation is I kind of look at it like a relationship, and especially based off of the tweet that he just posted. Um, just because they didn't do it in your event doesn't mean that they won't do it again. I'm not saying Temujin will do it again. I genuinely think the dude feels remorse for it. However, I don't think the fact that just because he accepts it means he should be allowed to play anytime soon, if at all. I think
Yep.
there
Right.
should be a long waiting period. However, there wasn't. This guy went and played in a top 16 another tournament 2 to 3 weeks after that event that he got caught cheating in, and then multiple since then. It
Mhm.
just so happened to be that he won a LanGo event, which is why it's getting so much attention right now.
Right.
Yeah. Um.
Where I was saying it kind of relates to, I kind of correlate to a relationship of the way Wayne said that he didn't do it in our event. That's like saying your current significant other, they cheated on their past relationship. Who's to say they won't do it with you? And now, while they're playing in your events, it's not necessarily the judge staff who always have to worry about it or watch this person like a hawk. It's on all the players because whether or not this person does cheat in the future or has cheated again since then, who knows? But whoever his opponents are playing against will have to live in the constant, not necessarily fear, but thinking of, is he doing it? Did he do it when I
Right.
lost to him?
Right.
Yeah.
Whether it
Uh.
happens or not.
It's always
And
in the back of your head. Yeah.
Yes.
yeah. And one of the friends of the channel, Malik, actually played with Temujin, and as soon as I realized that Temujin was in the top 16, I asked Malik, "Is like, how was it playing with him? Did he do anything fishy?" He's like, "No, he didn't do anything fishy. It was just fine." But that being said, I don't. I think everybody should be afforded a second chance, but kind of the dog bites you once, shame on the dog. Dog bites you twice, shame on me. I mean, I've already got enough things to worry about sitting at the table, and that doesn't seem like a very good environment to try to bolster a community that's is struggling. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I think CDH, in its own way, is struggling a little bit as far as finding its footing with all the other like the drawing issue and the turn order issue and all this stuff. And we don't need to add something on top of that, like letting a known cheater win or participate and win an invitational that so many people have worked extremely hard to get to, um except for Guy, who only had to win one game.
It counts.
Counts.
Hey, I'm the only one in this group that won mine. Both y'all got passed down, so
Hey
Hey,
now.
that's uncalled for.
Hey.
No,
no, never mind. Ryder's got passed down from Malik.
It did. It did.
Malik
Anyways,
just started sniping people.
I know.
Um, but no, as far as Temujin, I mean, I know we had him on the channel one time. my interactions with him were he's a fine guy. I mean, outside of the game, but just because I say that he should get a second chance doesn't mean that I'm going to trust him when I'm sitting down at the table with him. And it sucks that's how it has to be, but I mean, I can't stand it when somebody wins unfairly or I think somebody slights me or something like that. So, and I think
Right.
everybody can feel the same way about it. So
Hmm.
it's not something that I'm just gonna forget about just because somebody said he's okay to play with.
Right.
Ryder,
Understandable.
you got anything to add to it?
Yeah, so my whole thing, I've never talked to the guy. I've never met him before in my life. From what I understand, he's a good person. My thing with the whole cheating thing, he messed up, he fucked up. However, from what I understand, he after he did, come clean about it, he returned the tournament money that he won from it. He actually returned it. So he didn't keep any of the money from what I understand. I don't know if it's true or not. You know what I mean? This
Well,
is
Hearsay.
I don't know. There was a story about some fishing thing. I know I'll get to the point. But these guys like loaded like put weights in fish, and they had like a whole bunch of millions of dollars in boat deals and stuff like that. And then they came out they were cheating, and they went to prison for it because in certain states, if you cheat at a tournament with so much of a money prize, you can be uh, arrested for theft.
mhm.
Because that's
So
essentially what cheating boils down to. You are stealing from every
yeah,
single one of your opponents, as well as every other person who was in that tournament.
Agreed.
yeah. So
Um, but I am a firm believer of basically you mess up once, that's you're that's shitty to do. Don't do it again. You got caught.
yeah.
Be a better person.
But
This is
should
a
they
this
be allowed to play soon after?
this is a card game. You know what I mean? Like this is a freaking card game. Like I know we're playing for thousands of dollars, but this thousands of dollars, man. Like
Is your
have fun with
reputation
it.
worth thousands of dollars
Right.
or yeah.
So while I do think that the cheating stuff needs to be addressed, um, I don't think that he should be permanently banned. Um, I think there is room for growth as a human, as a person, and I think that let him play. You know,
I
he he said he won't do it again. We got to watch him. You know what I mean? That's my thing.
and I think before somebody says, well, he should just get off scot free in the comment, that's not what we're saying. Um
No,
I'm in as far as him cheating that one time, or if he did it a whole bunch of times and he just finally got caught, that's one thing. But if I'm a firm believer that if he gets caught again, done. You're
Oh
not
no, no.
you
100%.
you're gone. You've screwed up. You tried to get everybody's trust back and then did you do it again? No. You are
So my
out.
problem with that is it comes down to the phrase if he gets caught or if anyone who cheats gets caught. But that's all the only way we're gonna know about it is if they get caught.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Which like I'm with y'all. I don't think there should be a permanent ban for a first time instance as long as you exhibit true remorse. They don't even do that in the judicial system.
right.
For some cases. But I do believe there should be a ban period that TO should correlate with and communicate with. That it should have been at least a year. This guy was out
Yeah,
playing in another tournament, top 16, 2 weeks after the
right.
first situation.
It should have been at least a year or something. Like something big like that. Of him not playing in any kind of CEDH events at all. And
But
this
that's
was for
that
all the TOs.
but that's also really difficult to do because even like if you play um 60 card formats, you can go to an LGS. LGS, we have two of them in our town. You can go to one of them, cheat, and if your name, like they say, okay, your screen name with your Magic Arena account, which that's ultimately what goes into the companion app, that is banned. All you have to do to go to the other store is to make a new account and you're good to go again. Since
So,
we don't have the DCI anymore, there's no way that WotC or any of these other TOs alike can keep up with a ban or a banned list of people unless it's community made.
So that is certainly a more difficult to do at the lower level, but when it comes to these larger tournaments,
Oh,
like LanGo and whatever the West Coast has, they can communicate easily,
The
especially if
only
there's an
100%.
umbrella of tournaments under them.
I think we've kind of touched on the Temujin thing. We all acknowledge that the cheating is bad.
Oh, sorry,
And
I do have one more thing on that.
yeah,
EDH Top 16 now has a flagging system which can help with this. This was brand new and added by Ryan. I believe he runs the EDH Top 16 account, as well as it's him on Twitter. But he added a flagging system and then come back today, I believe, and revamped it. He initially put just a cheater tag onto Temujin's name. That is, right bright and center on there.
it's red, big.
But let me pull this tweet up again.
cheater.
The way I don't misquote it, I screenshotted it earlier. Ryan said an 18-month expiration from initial report date has been added to the EDH Top 16 cheater badge. A second cheating occurrence will get a permanent badge. All known cheaters will still be accessible to TOs through the site's API. I'm not sure what API is, regardless of the expiration date or if the expiration is passed.
Mhm.
So the badge will last for a year and a half unless another occurrence has happened, and then you will get a permanent badge.
Get rid of them.
Yeah, I mean that you asked earlier about having something kind of an umbrella thing that everybody can refer to as, oh, this person cheated. That might be our solution already. Um, if as long as that's kept current and kept up with that, I mean
The thing is,
that
who's
could.
going to be running those? How to do it? Is it going to? Are they going to have a monitoring team of all these tournaments, or is it all because EDH Top 16 usually doesn't take effect until after the tournament? Or is this going to be a thing that not Moxfield, that Top Deck uh, adapts into their tournament system, or Spice Rack adapts?
Yeah, I mean that's also a thing. Like when you go to like SCG Con, is a cheater. I mean, because they don't really use Top Deck, they
No, they use
Right.
Spice
use
Rack.
they use
hmm
Spice Rack. So that's another thing. I mean, and yes, it's $5,000. It's not like a $10,000, $20,000, but it's still a lot of money to get cheated out of when someone's. I mean, it's growing pains. It's going to be.
Right.
And
It's not.
and before, but and I do want to say something, and I noticed this in a couple of videos as I watched today. Um, don't act like 60 card formats and any other format does not plagued with their own challenges and own issues.
Any
Um,
TCG for that matter.
Yeah,
no,
100%.
we when we went to MC Chicago during the Pro Tour, there was a known pro there cheating, and I believe they either took second place or they placed really high in the tournament. Um, I don't know exactly, but I do know that there was a cheater because it was all over the convention when they announced it. When it came out, it was all over the place because everybody's like, "Hey, did you hear this person's cheating in the Pro Tour?" And that was just like right next door to us.
Right.
Um, so
Yeah. So the gloom out the way of that, we have a little bit more controversial topic to get into that happened not once but twice this weekend, and immediately after following the initial incident at another tournament, and that
yep,
is the egregiously long semifinals and finals games that are going on.
yeah. The first one, I think let's just keep it in the Nashville tournament. And this is nothing. This is not a bad
What was on
mouth or
Nashville in Utah?
no. I thought that was Evan's game in the
So
Invitational. Was the 6 hour game.
There's a
so
6 hour and 11 hour.
So
Yeah.
yes, this past weekend at the Black Lotus Invitational, Freedom was part of a 6 hour semifinals game, which is absolutely absurd. Should not be a thing. I understand they're untimed rounds. However, be respectful to other people's times, as well as the staff and everybody else's. There's no reason the game should last that long. On top of that, there was an 11-hour finals game that ended in
But
a
I
draw.
I do want to say something about the 6 hour game. We're not. saying that anybody did anything wrong. I haven't seen anything on the 6 hour game. We're just saying that the length of a game should not take that long to finish a game when we're supposed to be the most efficient and the most. I mean, we're the fastest version of EDH.
Oh, no, I
So,
will say someone did something wrong. They should not have talked that long. There
oh
shouldn't
no,
Right.
have been that much. That was slow play. There was wrong that game.
no, I get that, but what I'm
As
saying
far as
is
cheating or anything, no.
no, there's nobody cheating or anything like that. I'm just saying what I'm saying is whether there was people slow playing or whatever, that stuff needs to be nipped in the bud. Um, but these games keep going like this. There needs to be a time limit on a finals game.
I
On
agree.
all the top 16 games, there needs to be some type of time limit. And actually, in the rule book, there is a time limit that the TO at their discretion can enforce. If I'm
I
not mistaken, I did have a judge tell me like there we do have time rounds when they deem it necessary.
my whole thing with that is there's no reason why these games should be going over 2 hours, to be honest. Like 2 hours is plenty of time to play a CDH game.
Yep.
It's you're taking your game actions. You don't need 10 minutes to think between what you're doing and what the next player is gonna be doing. You should be thinking about that all the time, to be honest.
I
We're doing that during the time rounds. We should not be going over 2 hours, my opinion.
I know no I don't I think that's just what should happen because we're sitting here we go through 6 7 rounds of Swiss at 80-minute time round or 80-minute rounds and all of a sudden we just forget about there's a time there's it's like we just forget that the game needs to end all of a sudden.
So I wouldn't say 2 hours should be the hard cutoff. I agree with some what other people have said. It should be 3.5 hours should be a hard cutoff,
Th-
and at that point,
Sure.
the round should go to highest person in seat order after Swiss.
yeah.
So that whoever
I
was in four seat and pod four of top 16 ends up in the finals, and
I
no, they could get it.
I think I have a little bit of a disagreement with it just going to the top first person seat. Um, because we already have the issue of people, if they know they only need a draw, they will play for a draw and they will drag it out and they do that already. So I think a if it should just be a draw and you're forced to split the prize money.
But
Period.
what
Um
that could do is also it forces people to play for seeding more, which fixes more draws in Swiss.
Also agree with that
I
too.
do understand that there is a problem. If there's a time limit, people will abuse it. If there isn't
well
a
Right.
time limit, people are actively abusing it.
I just I don't think it would be good if we're sitting in the time and it's like, okay, the person in first seat, they automatically win if we go to 3 hours and then they drag out a game for 3 hours.
That's when people need to be more vocal to their judges and say, "Hey, we need game action."
How
Yeah.
to alleviate a lot of this was that, uh, let's be clear, no rules were technically broken, but they were definitely stretched.
Oh yeah.
Um, People should, and I hope that this weekend shed some light on the fact that people are allowed to call judges in Swiss and finals and semifinals
Yep.
for slow play. Be polite, be cordial, ask your players to take game actions if they're taking too long. If
Mhm.
they are not, after you've already asked them, call a judge, ask the judge, explain the situation to the judge, ask them to monitor their game, ask them to progress the game state if necessary. I do
Yeah.
think that if judge staff is available, which usually at these larger tournaments there are, that there should be at least one judge per pod attentively, keyword attentively, watching the game. Not at this last one, but I have been at tournaments where the judges were not doing that. They were physically present, but not mentally.
So Ryder, you want to kind of tell us a little bit about this 11-hour game?
Yeah. So this 11-hour game came from the Salt City. What is it called? The Salt Lake City
Salt City
Salt Line.
Expo, I believe.
I don't remember.
Some 10K
But
down there in Utah.
it was a 10K, yeah, basically. But
Yeah.
one of the players was talking a lot. Um, don't know if this is true, but Gold Sabretooth was apparently doing a lot of politicking taking 10 minutes, at least 10 minutes between game actions. I haven't seen the gameplay. I think it's on YouTube now. I'm going to eventually go in there and watch it and find out for sure for myself what happened. But there was a lot of politicking that lasted way too long over a cloud of fairies, I think.
It was a
A
cloud of
lot
fairies on the stack, and the from what I was understood is the Rogthras player had it was a the Cloud of Fairy was moving to a win. And then Gold Sabertooth, apparently from what I've watched multiple videos because for the longest time, if at the moment that this recording is here, that video's up, like I said, we'll probably go watch it and just kind of check it out. But as of the recording of this, the video had not been released because YouTube does not allow anything over 12 hours to be uploaded or archived. So
right.
you would have to manually update it or upload it in pieces to get it on YouTube. Uh, but apparently there was something along the lines that Gold Sabertooth had a flight to catch, and uh, that's what ultimately ended this 11-hour game because he had an early flight the next morning, or if it went into the morning, I don't know. I don't know when this game actually ended as
I
far as
believe it
time
started at
wise.
5 p.m. and ended at 4 a.m.
So he had a flight the same morning that they finally ended the game,
Mhm.
which is insanity. Um, I don't think I've played planes chase games that have lasted that long.
Dude, I haven't played Monopoly that's lasted that long.
No.
Only game that's come close was Risk. I take it back. I played an 8-person 1v1 casual commander that we had to take a lunch break for.
Whew, that
Mm.
sounds
God,
miserable.
that sounds horrible. Whose turn is it?
Whose
Dude, I
turn
don't
is
know.
it?
I started doing
Hey,
this.
I'm gonna interact
Yeah,
with you
no.
down the table.
Yeah.
Are you going for a win?
That just sounds miserable to me. An 11-hour game is not something I want to play ever. And that's why I am in CDH, because I want to shuffle up, play game, go next.
Yeah. And a lot of people are going to say, and I'm going to play devil's advocate and what kind of people I've seen to that very reaction that you just had there, Ryder. They're just going to say, well, then play 60 card format. Play this.
Oh, like,
Well, um, I mean, all three of us have played 60 card formats, and I've gone to a lot of tournaments, 60 card formats, and I've met some of the rudest, nastiest people sitting in a 1v1 format.
The main
So,
reason most of us stay in this format is because of the community.
oh,
Well,
100%. I
it
love
is
it.
the greatest TCG community I've been a part of, and I've played plenty of TCGs.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Same.
I mean, yes, you may say, "Oh, well, you're just a loser because you're whatever, you just lose and go out to eat." No, that is one of the best things about having a crappy day at a tournament.
But I'll tell you, like, after we lost at Tennessee, let's sidetrack, whatever. My favorite time was whenever we got to meet up with Ty and just play games with him, you know,
Yeah.
just
Oh,
a member
and
from the
like
community.
shout out to
Yeah,
like Corden
yeah.
and a
Todd,
couple of
Logan.
a lot of the people we met at Nashville. It's not about, yes, everybody wants to go there with the mindset of winning a game. We want to do good. We play endlessly to do good. But at the same time, we do our best not to forget about going there to have fun with our friends and being a positive part of the community. And it's not, I don't want to say it's not about winning, but it's not, that's not the only purpose. You pack up all this stuff, you buy
Drive 10
plane
hours.
tickets, drive 10 hours. You don't do this just to go sit in a tournament. And and another thing, Corden, one of the guys we met at the thing, he and it really kind of struck a nerve with me in a good way. He came out and in our Discord and was like, "This was my kind of my first big tournament, and I was nervous about going." And we treated him like one of the guys as far as
Yeah.
we've known him for years. It was kind of a cool thing.
I
It's like, and
yeah.
I don't know many communities that do that. And I've heard people that don't like CEDH or don't like TEDH, let's call it that. And they say they love CEDH because some of the CEDH people are some of the nicest, most welcoming people. And they're like, proxy a deck, I don't give a shit, let's play. But
Right.
getting back on the topic, but all I know is there was an 11-hour game. and multiple people say that there was a lot of very aggressive, very rude,
Badgering almost.
badgering
Mhm.
comments that were made in an 11-hour game. Then finally, the game had to end because this individual had a plane to catch. No, that is not what we want this community to be. And I think I speak for a lot of people. They don't want it to be like this. They want to be able to gather and have fun and play some high level Magic. And I mean, am I missing anything?
No, I think
Basically.
we hit it right there. Like we all have a pretty similar opinion on the instances that happened this weekend.
Yeah.
And even if you don't have the same opinion on it, let us know down in the comments. Be respectful in the comments. They will be
Yep.
moderated. We, as everyone who watches our content knows that we're pretty vulgar sometimes, but we still try to keep it respectful. So just let us know your opinions down there. Don't hate on each other too badly. It's okay to have a difference in opinion. I know that's not a liked opinion these days, but it's okay to be different.
Yep.
100%.
As we mentioned earlier in this video.
Like,
But do y'all have anything else before we roll into the end of it?
no,
Mostly, I just enjoy the community aspect. I loved everybody that I met there this past weekend. That was my favorite part about the whole thing was people coming up to me and be like, "Hey, man, I've only seen you once on Double Sleeve, but I'm glad you're part of the channel. You're my
Yeah, hey
favorite
guy.
player. You pay for
hey
Risk
guy.
Study."
But yeah, yeah, absolutely. We had so many people, and it's the imposter
That
syndrome is real, and it's getting even bigger. Of the amount of people that will just come up to us at events like, "Hey, I watched your content. Thank you for it. It's awesome." Uh,
and
and
I have one thing to say that it y'all just reminded me of something that was probably one of the coolest moments I had. It was the second round, first or second round of the 10K. This guy and and please, if I'm get your name wrong, I am so sorry, but I thought this was one of the coolest moments. I believe the guy's name was Joe. He patted me on the shoulder, seeing my double sleeve shirt. It's like, hey, dude, I've been watching y'all since the very beginning. I was like, I didn't know what to say because I've never had that occurrence where somebody's like, hey, I've been watching your content since the beginning. I love your content. Keep it up. And I was
like, dude, the only person I
that
expected that
made
comment
my
from was my
day.
mom.
No.
Speaking of which, my mom called me as we normally do on Sundays, and she, asked me how the tournament and everything went. She called me on Monday, asked me how the tournament and everything went. I was like, well, honestly, the tournament went horrible, but we had a great time. She said, every time you go to a tournament, you tell me it goes horrible. I said, gee, thanks, mom.
One day
One
we
day
Not
we
kidding.
we're gonna win one day, guys. We're gonna win one
Leave that
day.
in. I'm not kidding. But yeah, like it's not that we don't go there for the tournaments, as Seth said. We go there, well, we go there for the money, but the people are absolutely incredible. Like, I sat down at my round 4 game, and I sat down against the guy we just met there. He came with me at the beginning of the tournament. Shout out Jordan. He was telling me how he just watched our Malcolm Kettis video with Shauna and Taylor,
Yep.
and that got him on the deck partially, and he brought Malcolm Kettis to the tournament.
Yeah.
I sit down and he has our new playmat from Snowball, and I'm like, this is awesome. Seeing our playmats out in the wild,
Yeah.
Yep.
and he kind of just
We
stuck with
sold
us for the
a
rest of the
like
weekend.
I was that was another thing that I was a little bit tripped out about. Like we sold a lot of our playmats, and it's like, okay, so I'm fully expecting to go to a tournament, and it's like, oh, there's our tournament, there's our mat.
It's weird, dude. It's weird getting used to it.
Yeah, it's
It
it's weird
is.
because me and Guy were sitting on a bench when, like, during one of the rounds talking, outside, and two guys comes up. They just stand right in front of us, and they were like, "Hey, y'all are double sleeved," and they were like, "Yeah, we watch your content all the time." And apparently, they're based out here in North Carolina too. So that was
Cool.
cool to talk to them about that. We talked to them probably for like what 30-40 minutes outside. It was
And
great. I enjoyed them.
and before we end this, I do want to say I want to shout out to Critical EDH and shout out to Durfel who did a lot of the recording and commentary for the 10K and
The Invitational.
they did a phenomenal job. It was, and Durfel, every time he'd come up to me, he's like, "Man, I had this great game," and Malik and Sam Black, and they had this big and I was like, "I'm done. I can't say anymore. This is just great magic.
Yeah, it was such a fun event. I love meeting everybody from Unstable Commanders, from Critical. That's my first time
Yeah.
meeting Critical CDH, and
Eric and Logan were awesome dudes. We got a couple games in after the tournament on Saturday. I asked them how they enjoyed being in that position streaming the tournaments, but they did a wonderful job out there doing that, and excellent dudes to play with.
But anyway, guys, I think that's about it for us. If you don't like any of our opinions, please let us know. Or you have anything that you'd like to add, or anything that you don't think we covered, please let us know in the comments. Guy, do you want to send us out? No, we have a couple things we want to talk about, like the Steel
Yeah,
City.
I actually do have one. I got a question for the community. We've been doing a little bit of back and forth on our gameplay content. Of This is completely unrelated to the tournaments, but this is gameplay content. I want to know for the community, do y'all like us keeping our hands in the beginning of the video? Is that something y'all like seeing? If so, or if not, let us know down below. And that way we can cater our content more towards the viewers and get what more of what y'all like out there.
Yep.
pretty much.
So that aside, we have some admin stuff and that we need to take care of. As always, follow us on all of our social medias that will be linked down in the description below. Find out all the future tournaments we plan on attending. The next one we plan on attending is the Pittsburgh Steel City 20K Spectacular that we are a part of. Absolutely ecstatic looking to be out there and be a part of it. I did just sign us up for the creator booth. We'll be there Friday from I believe 1 to 4 p.m.
Yep.
So come see us out there. We'll have plenty of stickers, our new tokens out there, probably our new mats as well.
Yep.
Super excited to go up there. As well as link down will be all of our socials. Go hop in our Discord, play some games. There's constantly people in there jamming games.
Oh
and we're
my
getting new
God,
people every
yes,
day.
there is.
It was popping off over the weekend.
Yeah.
I was so sad because I wanted to play.
Right. And as well as go follow us on our X, our Instagram, our TikTok, all that good stuff. And join us every week for more CDH content.
And make sure you like, because if you don't, your Ristic Study will get countered. Thanks
Peace,
for
bye-bye.
watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.